those of you who don't know me, I'm Claudia. I'm the Clinic Director and Psychologist at Self Reflections in Wollongong. Thank you for joining me for our online webinar to help the community feel connected, build awareness and education and skills, and learn skills and strategies for a variety of mental health issues and other things, of course, physical health issues today. So today we are lucky to be joined with Teale Vella from Figtree Physio. Teale is a physiotherapist with an extensive experience and list of skills. She has experience in massage therapy, working with various sporting teams, neurological rehab, paediatrics, and is currently completing research with the University of Sydney, to only name a few of the things that she does. So before I'll pass you on to Teale, if you have any questions during the webinar, post them directly to me via the chat feature, and we will try and have them answered at the or throughout or at the end of the webinar. Otherwise, we will share some of those answers on our YouTube channel. So again, thank you so much for joining with us, and I will pass you on to Teale. Teale, it is all yours. Go for it.
Well, thank you very much for that introduction. That was very, very nice. So as you can see, I'm going to be talking today about physiotherapy in general and just a few things that come with that, especially with the current world situation. So if I'll just go into a bit of background as to who I am and what I do. So at the moment, I'm working for Figtree Physio as a physiotherapist. So I'm here pretty much all the time, but I also look after some sporting teams. So at the moment, I'm looking after South Coast Flame. I've worked in many sports before, so rugby union, league, touch as well. But in addition to all of that, as Claudia said, I am doing research with the University of Sydney. So we're in the middle of publishing our research, looking into heading in junior football. We'll come up with some really interesting results, but stay tuned, the results will come out soon. So if we get on to the things that we're going to be talking about today, I want to cover a few different things. So we're going to go through the benefits of exercise, how much exercise you should be getting based on some recommendations, examples of how to exercise at home, especially you might not be willing to go outside and do exercise, so examples that we can use in the house. We're going to go through some resources that we've put together here at Figtree and basically how physio is working in this current space. So like Claudia said, if you've got any questions, just pop them through and I'll get through to them. So we'll start off with the benefits of exercise. So there's quite a few. Exercise is wonderful, and that's what physios promote predominantly. So if we just go through a few, number one, exercise builds strong, healthy muscles and bones, which is definitely what we want, especially as we're getting older. Most people are getting on in a bit. So if we keep our muscles strong and getting our bones strong, then that's going to prevent a lot of conditions that happen as we get older. So in addition to physical health, it's obviously beneficial for mental well-being. So there's quite a lot of evidence that suggests that if we're exercising, it can help prevent depression and improve our mood. So again, another benefit that we want to go through and promote exercise for. In addition to the ones I've just mentioned, we've got a few conditions, particularly heart-related conditions, diabetes, and some cancers actually that are improved by doing exercise. They also help in the maintenance of those conditions. So another reason that we could be doing exercise. Unhealthy weight gain and assist with weight loss. Big thing I guess most people are worried about. So especially with the current situation, I assume most people are not doing as much exercise as they would normally be doing. So now is especially a good time to be doing exercise. Other benefits that we've got here: feel better, creates plenty of opportunities to meet people, especially when you're going for a walk down at the park and have a chat with a few people. It's good to keep some conversation going, especially now when we've sort of not been in our normal routines. Improves quality of sleep. Okay, we know that. Increases your chance of living longer, a healthier life. So lots of benefits. Exercise is wonderful and everyone should be doing it. A few recommendations. So these recommendations come from the American College of Sports Medicine. So they're pretty much what us physios work on. What they've come up with is basically everyone should be getting in 150 to 300 minutes of exercise per week, and that's moderate activity. So I've got here in the examples, go for a brisk walk, you can dance, you can go do golf, you can go for swimming, and doing your household tasks count as moderate activity. So although 150 to 300 minutes might seem like a lot per week, if you break that up during the weeks, that works out to be 30 minutes per day. So that doesn't mean 30 minutes of structured exercise. That could be 30 minutes throughout your day, whether you just take the stairs at work or get off the bus, stop earlier and get some exercise in that way. The other alternative is to go for vigorous exercise. So this is, your hard, intense exercise that some people might not enjoy, but that's the option. So you can do 75 to 150 minutes per week if you prefer. And examples of that would be jogging, skipping, fast cycling. You can do lap swimming or digging in the garden if you want to be adventurous. And in addition to those minute types of exercise, you need to be doing strengthening as well. So that's recommendations are for 2 times per week, whether that be weights, whether that be body weight, or anything that involves lifting around the house. That's totally fine. You just want to be getting in at least 2 sessions per week. So I've got here examples as well. You got squats, lunges, push-ups, rows. So I try to keep it as simple as we can, especially some people might be limited at this time with resources. So body weight stuff doing at home is totally fine. And I'll go through some examples of doing that as well. Biggest thing that I find at the moment is people are sitting a lot more, especially with working from home. A lot of people that are coming in are complaining of pain, back pain, just from not doing as much, which is totally normal. But what we want to be doing is preventing that from becoming an issue. So breaking up your sitting time throughout the day. What we recommend is usually getting up every 30 minutes or so, going for a bit of a walk, making a cup of tea, going to the toilet, whatever, it doesn't matter. Just need to be getting up and changing your position often throughout the day. So they're the recommendations that have come from the American College of Sports Medicine. And we'll go on to some examples of how to exercise at home. So if we break up exercise into 3 different categories, if we look at cardio, strength, and mobility. So cardio would be for more heart health, strength would be for muscles, and mobility would be for, joints and stiffness. So let's talk about cardio first. Number 1, if you've got a dog, go for a walk. Best thing, helps the dog, helps you, kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Another example, you could take your kids down to the park, take a ball, kick a footy, whatever you want, but get out of the house if you can, and if it's safe to do so. Other options, you can go for a run, of course. Step ups, if you've just got a stair at home, then that's totally fine. You can go for about 1 minute or 2 minutes, whatever you feel comfortable with, just until the point where you feel like you're pushing yourself. And as you can see here, I've highlighted the Keeping Kids Active program, which I'll go over in a second, which is one of the programs that we've actually developed here at Figtree, which is specifically tailored for children, okay? Something that they can be doing at home to keep them active, because they won't be getting in as much exercise as they could be. Now, if we talk about strength, I've got here body weight exercises like we spoke about. We've got lunges, squats, and press ups. Okay. And again, we'll go through some of them in the videos that I show you shortly. At Figtree, we also have a Pilates program that we've been, delivering to our patients online at the moment. Just obviously with the current situation, it's a bit more safer online. So we've got plenty of examples of exercises that we can take you through if you're suited to that condition, that program of exercise. And another example of using strength, or to develop your strength, use your children and use your pets. So you can do any of your body weight exercises. If you want to use extra weight, put a child in your hand or carry your pet. There's always good extra weight that we can get through with that. Mobility. So highlighted again, desk mobility, another thing that we've developed here in a program that we've developed at Figtree. I will show you that as well. It is quite a funny video, so we'll have a look at that in a second. Typically with all of these aspects of exercise, we like to put together an individualized program. So, you're not getting the same program as the next person, it's tailored to you. So that's where those individual consults come in. And again, Pilates can be useful for mobility. So over this period, some people have been mentioning that motivation has been quite an issue for them. Okay, obviously with the change of routine, predominantly work-based, people are working from home. It's thrown off how they would normally exercise, being not able to go to the gym as well. There's a few different factors that have come into it. So a few tips that I've put together to help everyone to stay motivated. Number 1, try and develop a routine. Okay, so pick the days that you're probably more likely to do exercise. So the days that you're not so busy, try and set aside around that 30-minute mark, maybe go for a walk, choose the things that you enjoy. Okay, so whether that's walking, running, doing stuff at home, totally up to you, but choose something you enjoy. You're more likely to do it if you're enjoying it. Now, with the goals aspect, it's something that us physios work a lot with our patients. So we want to work on treatments and options for exercise that you want to do, and then we can help steer you in that right direction of what is safe and what is achievable for you. Okay, so sometimes it can be good to just have a chat with a physio to have an idea of what is reasonable to be expected from you. Other things, it's important to vary your exercise up. So if you're doing the same thing over and over again, it's going to get boring. We know that. So you can vary your exercise by type, when you do it, and how you do it. So again, things that we can discuss in a physio consult that would be useful for you. Now, as I said, this is one of our programs that we developed at Figtree. So you will see Lou here, one of our physios, performing the program. It's designed to be a program that's done at your desk. So when you're working from home, you only spend about 2 minutes or so doing the exercise program. So it's nice and quick. You can do it every hour. And it just helps break up the day as well. So let's have a listen. And we've just got the exercise prescription there.
I'll get back to Barry. I'll do the stretches.
Okay, so as you can see, it is supposed to be a bit of a laugh. It's something that's very easy to be done. You can do it from your desk. You really don't have to leave the office at all. So it's supposed to be simple. It's just something to get people up and moving. That's actually on our Instagram and our Facebooks as well, so you can have a look at that in your own time. Now, this one is the example of our Keeping Kids Active program. So we put this together for children, particularly in the break where they haven't been at school, to do some exercise basically. So I'll let you have a look.
I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. You like to move it, move it, move it. Girls all over the world. Original King Julian from the case man. All the girls move their body. And when you move your body, you move it nice and sweet and sassy. Alright? Woman, you cute, and you don't need no makeup. Original cute body makeup on mother. When you cute, and you don't need no makeup. Original cute body makeup on mother. Physically fit, physically fit, physically fit. Woman, physically fit, physically fit. Move it, move it, move it, move it. Not bad, eh? I like it.
Okay, so again, another funny one. Just trying to keep it lighthearted as well with things going on at the moment. Exercise should be fun. So the programs that we put together are focused on specific aspects of, I guess, physio. So we're looking at strength, looking at balance, control and coordination. So all the things that are pretty relevant for preventing conditions and for those people that do have injuries as well. So as I mentioned before, we are pretty active on our social media at the moment, just trying to keep people updated with information. So we've got our Facebook page, as you can see here, we've got Lou in the back, Matt and Dan, a couple of our owners, treating patients. So as you can see, that's exactly what we do. That's our setup here as well. We have individual rooms if, I guess that's more of an option that people prefer as well. And like I said, we're on Instagram as well. So something I wanted to talk about is the injury prevention model. And now this might actually be, I guess, a little new to some people. It's the model that we work off as primary health professionals. So if we think about health as, I guess, a few different levels. So we've got primary prevention here at the bottom, which is basically the most of what healthcare looks at. So we're looking at preventing injury and disease from occurring. So this is where physios and health professionals should have the most impact. So encouraging and educating people on how to actually prevent conditions from happening. So whether that be for example, I've got here 30 minutes of exercise per day. So that's going to help prevent those heart issues that we spoke about, blood pressure, cholesterol, some cancers as well. So that's basically where exercise should come in and have the most impact for individuals. Now, that's easier said than done, but that's where healthcare should be focusing. I've got another example, maintaining adequate whole body strength to prevent back pain. So if we're doing exercises with a mindset of prevention, we're preventing conditions from, I guess, occurring. Now, if we take it one level higher, we think about secondary health prevention. That's kind of where we're looking at, if you do have an injury, how can we prevent this from getting any worse? Okay, so an example of that would be if you've got back pain, modifying your work duties while you're in pain, letting everything settle down, and then we can work on basically preventing that from happening as another episode later down the track. And the last level, which is the least effective, is tertiary prevention. So that's our last line of defense effectively. And that's where we've got, I guess, long-term conditions where we just want to reduce symptoms and improve your quality of life where you're, I guess, in pain. So what we're looking at there is basically, if you've got a condition, what can we do to prevent this from affecting your life? So we've got weight loss programs that might be an example. And obviously this would be discussed with you what's suitable in a consult, and continuing with an exercise program long-term. So although physio itself, I guess, can be deemed as hands-on treatment, which is something I'm going to go into in a second, what we want to do is we want to take it one step back. We want to think about how can we prevent injuries from happening, okay? Because that's where we're going to have the most lasting impact. So as I mentioned, hands-off physio. This is a bit of an emerging topic. Typically people think physio is just a massage. It's not. We do a lot more than just massage. We do education and advice, which is like most of our consults today. What we do is we empower people. We give them the skills and the tools to manage their conditions on their own. So physio should really only be a short-term thing, okay? Physio is about giving you the tools to manage your injury, your pain without us. So we should be setting you up for long-term health management. And how we do that, we think about exercises. Although it's not fun to do exercise sometimes, it's what's actually going to prevent conditions from getting worse and help you live a healthier life. So again, this is targeted to your specific injury and your specific concern, but we think about health as a whole. We don't just think about your physical health. We think about mental and well-being. What are the barriers for you to exercise? And how can we help you to live healthier, basically? So there's a whole bunch of things that we do as physios. It's not just physical. It's not just massage. We look after pretty much everything. We're trained in a whole bunch of things to do with health. So don't be afraid to ask us for help. We are more than happy to help in all ways, shapes and forms. So at the moment, I actually was going to talk about Telehealth Consults, but we have decided to open up the clinic as of 2 weeks ago. So now we are open again for face-to-face consults. However, we do have a strict screening process to make sure it's safe for us as clinicians and to make sure it's safe for the community as well. So I've just got a photo here of our screening process, which our lovely receptionists go through with people before they book an appointment. So what basically I just wanted to reinforce is that we want to make sure that everyone's safe. So if you've got any symptoms, obviously we don't want you coming into the clinic, but if you do desperately need treatment, that's something we're still available for. We can still do telehealth consults. It's not an issue at all, but we are open if people prefer that method. All right, and that is pretty much it from me. So I've just got our contact details here. More than welcome to email or call us. We're just located in Figtree. We're open 6 days a week. I'm here a couple days of that at the moment, but there's always someone on site ready to help you. All right.
Fantastic. Just questions from myself. If a client was to, I guess, want to obtain an appointment, what referral to see a physio at Figtree Physio?
Yeah, so we're, I guess, a part of a concept that's called first practitioners, basically. So we don't actually need a referral to be seen. If you do go down the path of seeing a GP, you may be eligible for some Medicare programs which entitle you to a rebate, but we definitely don't need that. So if you do have the Medicare rebates, you can process that in clinic, and we can do private health as well here.
Fantastic. And if clients were wanting to book an appointment, does it take
Yep.
a long while to get an appointment? So like, is there a waiting list, or are you guys really busy? Or
At the moment, we're not fully booked, obviously, with the current situation, but usually we can get an appointment within 1 to 2 days. It's not that bad, and sometimes we actually work after hours for special patients. So, yeah,
as we do.
that's it.
What are some of your favorite parts about, I guess, being in physio? What are some of, I guess, the about providing the service, but also being in?
Yeah. So I guess the most meaningful impacts that I get, and then I go home and I'm like, oh wow, that was a really good day, is just, I guess, when people come in and just it's so much pain and then they leave feeling amazing, right? So like I said, that's not just my hands-on treatment. That's about me giving people the tools to manage when I'm not there. So I might see you for 30 minutes to an hour once a week, but you're on your own for every other hour, right? So I can only be here for that certain time period, but I want to give you the skills to be able to manage that when I'm not here. Okay. So basically, yeah, like I said, I enjoy giving back to people. I enjoy helping them in any way, shape or form, whether that's just, we can have a chat about anything really. It doesn't have to be physio related. I'm a human. I've been on the table myself. I know what it feels like. It can be a bit scary at times, but yeah, I'm just here to help. That's all.
And for someone for the first time accessing, I guess,
Yeah.
what are is there can they have preferences in who they see, whether it's a male
Yeah.
or
Yeah, absolutely.
younger and an older individual, because
Yeah.
in psychology as well, and sometimes
Yeah.
sure that the access to for clients is so nice and smooth. And I was just wondering if just to kind of obviously break apart some barriers for clients that might be a little bit uncertain whether access is something that they are ready to do.
Yeah. So here we have, I guess, older clinicians. We have younger clinicians, female, male. We have pretty much everything to suit your demographic. So if you have, I guess, more of a gym background, we have physios that are more suited in that environment. And then we have clinicians that are more, I guess, used to treating older patients as well. Okay. So whatever your preference is, I guess, just mention that to the girls at the front desk when you're booking in, and then they can, I guess, steer you in the right direction of which is the right clinician for you.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for your time with us, Teale. It was and it just kind of, I think, also blows my mind that I have previously been to physio as well, and it really does matter like who you go to. You kind of need to connect with them, that they are providing scope of what a physio can actually provide. That massage. It's, are you learning about what your body can do? Are you learning about you can improve on and skills that you can actually use not only to better your long-term physical health, but really the connection between physical and the mental health realms are so
definitely
so important to touch on all aspects. And I think this is the wonderful thing about having someone like you on board, is to actually just start breaking some of those expectations of what it is, and making sure that it is actually about having a fantastic team of individuals around you that cover every aspect of being human. And you don't have to be a super sports star, or you don't have to be in severe chronic pain to be able to actually set up a beautiful team of clinicians to handle health, your nutrition, your mental health, and just a holistic kind of approach. You're getting the best of every realm, and therefore creating a life for you that's actually going to be suited to exactly what you need and your capacity to. But at the same time, that's supported by a team that's your cheerleaders in the background, really.
Definitely. Like I said before, we are trained in a whole bunch of things, but at the end of the day, we know what it feels like to be on the table. We've all been there. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you so very much, Teale, for your time. I really and I guess I'll stop the video because we don't need Does anyone, before we actually move on, does anyone have any questions from the participants? I know we've only got a couple with us today, but if there's any participants that would like to shoot a question for Teale, she's with us for a few more moments, that we haven't or she hasn't already answered, please just shoot a quick message to one of us, and then we can kind of answer it for you here while we have Teale in person. Otherwise, of course, we can send it to Teale at another time. Be a little bit more suited, and we can have that answered in one of our other I guess social media streams. So anything there over the next couple of minutes? Nope, doesn't seem like it, unless don't type quickly. I just like well, thank you very much for joining with us. Thank you so much, Teale. Again, I appreciate your time, and we'll catch up at another time.
Sure. Thank you so much. See you guys.
Bye.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and share this video with your family and friends. And for more, don't forget to subscribe. Look after yourselves, take care, and see you soon.